Wow. That's crazy. Really? Wow.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. Really? Wow.
Victoria here with comedian Fortune Feimster. She's performing this weekend at Stand Up Live in Huntsville. Hey, Fortune, we're happy to have you in Huntsville.
Oh, man, I'm excited, too. I'm packing right now.
For those of you guys just tuning in, it's Victoria with comedian Fortune Feimster. She is performing this weekend at Stand Up Live. So you have shows Friday nights and Saturday nights. So there's a couple of different options for people to pick from.
Yeah, 4 shows total. The early shows are almost sold out, so we have some left for the later shows, not too late. Yeah, people hopefully will come. I'm bringing my mom, Ginger, so this is a rare treat. She doesn't normally get to come with me to shows, so I'm going to try to do some interactive stuff with her because everybody really enjoys hearing from her. She's a real character.
That's great. There's going to be a lot of stuff for you guys to do here in Huntsville, too. There's just so much fun to be had.
I'm excited. I've been looking up restaurants and stuff, and it all looks so good. There's like 1,000 places I want to go.
Good. Yeah, you'll definitely have to check out the Space and Rocket Center while you're here. That place is really cool, and there's just so much to do. There's a new area here in the middle of Huntsville. It's called Mid-City. And we have a brand new amphitheater, all different kinds of venues, restaurants, and just a bunch of fun that you can have while you're here in Huntsville with your mom.
Wow, it's a happening place. I love it.
It really is. So once you guys, go to Fortune Feimster's shows this weekend, you'll have to, just hang out with her out and about in Huntsville.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun because my special Good Fortune just came out, and so I've been getting a lot of questions of like, hey, is this like similar to the special? But I'm working out a bunch of new material. I've been telling some fun stories from my childhood and from growing up, and other stories about being married, and so it's a bunch of new things. We might do a couple classics, but a lot of interactive stuff too. So it's going to be a different kind of show than I normally do. So I can't wait.
I really hope that when you're at Stand Up Live, you have a server like Craig from the night you got engaged, because that story was just so funny.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, he was a trip. A lot of people were like, I hope Craig's okay. I'm like, well, Craig is, I'm sure, great. Craig is like, there was a guy, a waiter, but, he's, it's like some characteristics of another person I interacted with as well.
Yeah. Good Fortune's great. It's on Netflix now. Like you said, you talked about getting engaged, and you talked about your wife's exes a little bit. And I was reading here that you play a character called Pam on NBC's Kenan. So how do you feel about playing a character named Pam, which is one of your wife's exes, right?
Well, I take liberty. I don't want to, I don't name anybody specifically. I don't use real names. So I always take names that I find are like fun names or, characters that I've done and use those names instead of real names, just out of respect, because it's not based on any one person.
Right.
So those names kind of just represent a broad group of...
Okay. So it's not that awkward then. Like when you get the role, you're like, oh, great. Now I've got to play a girl named Pam.
Yeah. But one of her dear friends is an egg. So, it's all out of love.
Good. Well, in your special, you talk about home security and how you kind of figured out maybe when it comes to fight, flight, and freeze, you're probably more of a freeze.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just like, whatever you need, Yeah, I'm definitely like the lover, not the fighter kind of person. But I think because Jackson had those experiences of being with someone a little tougher, she was used to someone going in the house and making sure everything was safe, and I'm just like, I'm staying outside. So
right,
that was we laughed about that for so long after that incident because she was like, "Oh my God, you stood in the doorway." I'm like, "Yeah."
Well, I can totally relate to that because I am also a freeze, and my husband is like immediately he goes into fight mode, and I literally just stand there. I just black out. I don't even know where I go. I can't move.
I can't. I'm not going to be the one charging in the house. Sorry,
Like we had a Halloween party a couple of years ago, and our in-laws were there, all of our friends were there, and my mother-in-law decided to dress up as Stevie Nicks. And she had this flowy cape on, and we had it out in the shop, as one does in Alabama. You have a good shop party. So we had one of those like gas heaters, and she got too close and she immediately caught on fire. So, yeah. No. So I'm standing there. I literally froze. I couldn't move. And before I could even get out of like my frozen state, my husband had ran across the room and tackled my mother-in-law and put the fire out before I could even blink, So I can relate to that.
Thank God you have them on hand.
Right? I know. I'm like, well, I mean, I don't even know. I think we would all be dead if we were a freeze marrying a freeze, like thankfully your other half is, wired a little different.
Yeah, you just need one. Yeah, you just need one and one. You're good. You and I will be chilling in the corner eating a charcuterie board.
Also, you were talking about, getting that mind-blowing booty massage. I mean, those things really are the best. They digging the elbows in. And I hate it for you that, that guy eventually, no longer works there.
I know. That whole story was true, too. I mean, all of it was, but... because a lot of massage therapists, won't do it, which I get. Some people don't want that, or they'll kind of just glaze over it. And he just went all in, probably too much. But it really was like one of those, oh my God, I've never experienced this before, and it's actually amazing.
Once you have it, you're like, okay, I can never go without again, because like you said, you walk different. You feel lighter.
Sometimes I want to just be like, get in there. It's all good.
Get in there. Do a full-on elbow drop. Just stand on the table in the corner and just come on down.
It's pretty great.
Get that glute. So if you guys don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about Good Fortune, Fortune Feimster's Netflix special. That's available now. And then, like you said, you're working on some new stuff as well. You have a podcast with your partner, Jax. How's that going?
Yeah, it's been on hiatus, but I think we're, trying to figure out how to bring it back in the new year. Just our schedule's been so crazy.
Yeah.
But a lot of people been wanting that because my mom also frequently is on that along with Jax. And so we're figuring that out. And then I do a radio show with Tom Papa on Sirius XM. So that's really fun too.
That's a lot of fun. So you're just busy. You're all over the place. You're like on every platform, basically.
Oh, man. It's been wild, but, no complaints because I'm just really grateful to be working and filming stuff and just doing lots of different parts of the business. I like having stand-up and acting and radio and writing. It just keeps me on my toes and keeps me from getting bored.
Yeah. It is. It's a lot of fun. All of the above. I mean, I wish I could do stand-up, but it's not for me. It definitely takes talent and a special person. So I give you props for getting up there.
Well, thank you. It definitely is tough, but it's very rewarding. It's a rewarding job that you get to make people laugh. Pretty cool.
And you're originally from North Carolina. Are you still up in Chicago? Mm-hmm. That's where you did your special, right?
Yeah, I filmed the special in Chicago because that's a lot of my material was about meeting Jax and our journey together, and so I met her there. So it just felt very full circle to have that filmed there. We live in LA, but she tries to get back to Chicago to see friends whenever she can, and I like to get there as well because it's such a great city.
Yeah, the Midwest is a good time.
I'm from North Carolina originally, though. So coming to Alabama is a treat for me because then I get to eat all that good Southern food.
I moved here from the Midwest, and let's just say I've gained so much weight living in the South. I have a new respect for butter.
I believe it. The food's just too good. That's why I can only come in short spurts to the South.
Before I let you go, I just wanted to ask you, how's your dog?
He's so good. He's so cute. It's been fun, having people, write me about him. For those who watch my special, you'll know what we're talking about. But yeah, he's great, very happy and healthy, and we're just so grateful that that he's with us. And he, for those of you who don't know, he had gotten really sick, and I tell a story about that. So we're glad to be on the other end of that.
Really just two things that can bring people together, dogs and comedy.
I know. Well, I didn't. The biggest shock was hearing how many people told me that they cried at the end of it watching him, and I was like, that was not a reaction I expected, but it's so sweet. I'm honored that people were invested in the story and in him, so it's really cool to have shared that with everybody.
Well, you guys will definitely have to head out to Stand Up Live this weekend to see Fortune Feimster. I mean, really just connecting with you through your special. Like, I just felt like I related to so much. So I feel like our listeners can do the same thing. And it's just always fun to see people live. And Stand Up Live's a great venue. So if you guys are looking for something fun to do this weekend, definitely check out Fortune Feimster's shows. She has 2 shows Friday night, 7 o'clock and 9:15, and then 2 shows Saturday, 6:30 and 8:45.
Oh, yeah.
Is there anything else that you want the listeners to know? Anything you have coming up?
Definitely check out Good Fortune on Netflix. And if you enjoyed that, I also have another hour special on Netflix called Sweet and Salty. It's just about my journey growing up and a lot of talk about growing up in North Carolina. So that would probably be relatable to folks in Huntsville as well. And yeah, I've got a new show coming out next year sometime on Netflix, a big action series. So I don't know when, but definitely be on the lookout for that as well.
Well, thank you so much for calling in today. We can't wait to see you this weekend.
Thank you. I'll see you guys soon. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right.
Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Wow. That's crazy. Really? Wow.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. Really? Wow.